Mayor of Summit. I'd like to welcome you to this special day that we have here in partnership with many people coming together to this ribbon cutting ceremony for BEDS Plus, the Linda Sokol Francis Service Center, and the NAMI Employment Center. This is a wonderful day. Many of you guys are aware of this. For many nonprofits, it's known as the season of giving. So this is a great opportunity in collaboration of all the work that has gone into this project, from the various support from people like you. These nonprofits serve many needs in many areas in the community. So I remember when I became mayor several years ago, I was introduced to BEDS Plus, I was introduced to NAMI, and we spoke about the needs of the community. You know, from mental health to housing support to employment support, were areas that we were lacking in the community. And how could we bring those services into the community? Not only for the village of Summit, but for the region. Somewhere where people can go, get support, and not have to worry about being judged. There's a lot of stigma that goes out. Many people, even in the Hispanic culture, view as lending a hand as them being viewed as weak or not being able to provide for the family. So we have to break down those stigmas that are out there. And I think having these on 63rd Street, which is a well-traveled street, the village has done a lot to beautify, and we continue to focus on beautification in this area. And we are happy to partner up with NAMI and BEDS Plus to make these facilities to fruition. So after the several years that we've had ideas and we talked, and when you have municipalities and nonprofits come together and collaborate, this is the opportunities that it can create. So I'm very happy to welcome to the Village of Summit our new neighbors, BEDS Plus and NAMI, and I look forward to furthering their cause and spreading the word and sharing the story that they tell about how they help people, how they get people back on their foot, and help them live independent, successful lives. And I think that's what we need to do, and make sure that we spread the resources to people out there so they can know that these facilities are here in the community and they can access them. So I would like to pass the mic over to Kimberly Naki from NAMI.
Exciting day for us, quite a few years in the making. I would like to, first of all, thank some of our community partners, Community Memorial Foundation, Healthier Community Foundation, Chicago Community Trust, and IDHS. I'd also like to thank our community mental health boards of Oak Park and Lyons Township and Berwyn that are such strong supporters of both NAMI and BEDS. A special welcome today to Senator-elect Mike Perfino and to Director Delreese Rice, who is with the Illinois Criminal Justice Information Authority. Thank you so much. So for you that don't know NAMI Metro Suburban, we're one of 600 affiliates nationwide that our mission is to improve the quality of life for individuals and families and communities that have been affected by mental illness. And we do this by providing critical mental health education and support and advocacy. We do this within our 3 living rooms, our drop-in center, our family education and family support, and the 35 school partnerships that we have, where we educate close to 10,000 students on what mental health is and how to recognize that in themselves, family members, and their friends. It's such an important thing that we do. So in 2020, we opened our living room here in Summit. And it was the first fully bilingual Summit living room. And we've learned 3 things since opening up. The first thing was the need for mental health literacy in our community, giving the words to people to understand their emotional stressors and their mental health symptoms. So when you come next door and tour our facility, you will receive in a bag both the English and Spanish copy of our mental health magazine for the residents in our communities that help them really start to understand mental health and then how to access resources. The second thing that we learned was that this is a very family-oriented community. We see adults coming in with their parents. We see children coming in with their aunties. They really want to start understanding mental health as families. And the third thing that we understood is that people want to work for their own recovery and the stabilization of their family unit. And that is so important. We adopted evidence-based IPS program in 2014, and we're so excited to bring that here into Summit. So when you go next door and enjoy some Mexican hot chocolate and tamales, we'll have tours set up, and you'll be able to receive these magazines and ask questions. So, funny little story, early in the pandemic, it was around April of 2020, when we were all just trying to figure out what is going on in our lives. Tina Rounds called me from NAMI and said, we're thinking about doing something in Summit. What do you think about partnering? And we were like, we're in, let's do it. Well, we looked at a lot of different buildings together. This is during the pandemic. And we really couldn't find anything that would meet all the needs that NAMI had and the community had and BEDS Plus had. And so we are grateful just to be a few blocks away from each other, and we invite you later to visit both sites and see how we will be able to jointly collaborate and meet the needs of the community. I was very honored to introduce the CEO of BEDS Plus, Tina Rounds, and thank her for that phone call.
Thank you. Thanks everyone for being here this afternoon to really celebrate the collective efforts that it took to bring the Summit Service Center together. We're on that side of the parking lot. It's a medical respite center as well as a housing service program and a partnership and clinic, a full clinic with Pillars Community Health and Advent Health. So we're really, really excited and deeply grateful for your help and for coming here to celebrate this really exciting day. It took so many people to get to this point, from believing in the idea, from accepting the phone call, to putting in the sweat equity and the financial resources. All those things are important to make it happen. I believe that a community is strongest when it has a vibrant, responsive, and sophisticated safety net and works harmoniously with other aspects of the community. And we're really fortunate to have just that in the southwest suburban Cook County area, thanks to so many community leaders who are committed to this very vision. And I'd just like to take a couple of minutes to acknowledge a few of those people today. This facility would not have happened without the strong leadership of 2 totally incredible women at Pillars Community Health. And the first person is sitting right here. You can wave, Jen. Dr. Jennifer Sawyer. I just have to give her a round of applause. Who diligently worked for a better solution. She's been working in our shelters for many years. And what really impresses me about Jennifer is that she's just as comfortable meeting with a street person and helping them with wound care as she is commanding a hospital boardroom. And she worked alongside me to really bring this facility to fruition, and to get the support of Advent Health System, who hired a full-time nurse care manager with hospital foundation funds, who will be permanently staffed there. And Angela Kern is that other strong leader from Pillars, who supported, yes, she supported this vision from the beginning, and has found a way to really make it a reality. It's really difficult to have two organizations co-locate in a facility, and there's lots of hairy details, but so I'm thankful that she's an attorney who's working on that with me. And amongst our nonprofit leaders in the community, she really is our leader and our hero. So I always have such respect and revere her leadership. And I'm really excited to report that together, we went in for a health transformation grant, which will fund the operations of the Summit Service Center for the next 3 years, so that until we identify permanent sources of funding. So that's an incredible win, So once we found this model, once we made the call to NAMI and spoke and had various meetings with Pillars Community Health, my first call is always to Greg DiDomenico, who really is the person who can help me take a vision that's slightly out of reality, seems slightly implausible, and make it a reality. He and Maria Pastoria of Healthy Community Foundation are two people that are always working behind the scene. They're the fabric of our safety net in so many ways. They open doors, make connections. They're faithful and cherished cheerleaders, and they put their money and investment in our community to make it a safer, stronger place. So I'm deeply grateful that they institutionalize and operationalize a healthy community for us. So I just want to say thank you. And I would be remiss if I did not point out a true prince among us, which is Mayor Sergio Rodriguez, who's an accessible, genuine, and people-centered mayor. So, thank you. He's a rare politician who is a community advocate and someone who knows that a community is stronger with a solid system of support because it attracts businesses and it makes its citizens happy, and people want to be there. And because of your leadership, Mayor, the community is rising. This is a summit theme, and I know it will continue long past this very, very celebratory day. So thank you, Mayor Rodriguez. We had such an amazing development team to turn a bank into a medical respite center. Took some amazing feats of construction and so forth. So I just want to quickly name, we had really amazing architects through WJW Architect, Michelle Sablak and Todd Wilsty and Jackie Clark. We had designers from Martha Strong Designing. Our board members, when we first had this concept, agreed to be the foundation gift for our medical respite facilities. So they all reached into their pocket and put the seed gift down that we leveraged for other gifts. So I want to especially thank Mark Laubacher and Mark Brzezinski, who served both on the development team and the fundraising team. We had an amazing development and volunteer group that worked on fundraising. Molly Price, Julie Duraska, Erin Molick, Susan Valentine, Rick Rios, and Joe Russo. Johnson Flooring, if you ever drive down 55th Street, there's a very simple building called Johnson Flooring, but Jeff Johnson and his wife have long time been volunteers in making food for the homeless, and so every building and facility that we've developed, they've given us completely free flooring, which helps offset costs, and it's been really amazing. Bill Fornaro with Fornaro Law helped us figure out how we manipulate the zoning code to make a bank into a medical respite facility, so thank you for that support. Jeff Crow and the team from Synergy have really worked. They were working literally until about a half an hour ago, making the building into what it could be and having that vision. And then I'd like to thank FNBC Bank and Trust for allowing us to manage our cash flow through the operation, which they're truly more than a bank. They're a real partner with us. So thank you, FNBC, for doing that. so many people put financial resources behind the Summit Service Center, and I'm eternally grateful for your trust. This is your money and you're putting it behind your values, and I really appreciate that support. We conducted a successful capital campaign in the midst of COVID, which was challenging, and I think really in order for it to be successful, we had to have really committed donors that trusted what we were saying because they couldn't physically be present with us. So thank you for that, and especially I want to thank Linda Sokol Francis, who's here with us, who really embodies just what it means to be a sacrificial donor and somebody who quietly is making a huge difference with her financial donations throughout the community and including here at the Summit Service Center. But I also want to thank several foundations, including the Wheaton Franciscan Sisters, Community Memorial Foundation, Southern Gas Company, the VNA Foundation, Westlake Foundation, and the Village of Oak Lawn, who gave us a CDBG grant. We want to thank longstanding church partners who have been with us from the beginning, are always alongside us in our service and financially contributed, including First Congregational Church of Western Springs, Grace Lutheran Church of LaGrange, and the Congregation of St. Joseph, who were instrumental in starting this agency that was just a little ministry amongst church partners. And really the unsung hero in all of these projects is our partners at Cook County, who really believed in this vision, advocated amongst the bureaucracy in the middle of a COVID response where they were totally overwhelmed. They helped, shepherd this project through their special expertise in paperwork from HUD. So I especially wanted to thank Dominic Tassi, Carl Bradley, Susan Campbell, Cheryl Cook, and of course Sylvia Parham, who will be speaking in just a few moments. Thank you very much. The investment in the public facility has a lasting effect on a community's ability to respond, as Mayor Rodriguez had noted in the beginning. We really look forward to get things started. For those of you who know me well, I'm a worker, so I'm just really excited about starting to get the work done. We know the need is present, and we need to start opening our doors and assisting people. We're thrilled to bring in academic partners. We just brought in the Loyola School of Nursing, and we have some additional funding that just came through to help with local high school students, giving them jobs so they can learn about medical care at our facility. So we're hoping to really enrich those layers of support. We can't wait to work more closely with NAMI's living room. It's such a testament to just have the right people in the room at the right time, and great things will happen. And we know we will be working very closely or closer with Catholic Charities with their St. Blaise Food Pantry development. So that's my thank you list. Our hope here really is that this will ensure that people can be treated with dignity despite their financial status, despite their ability to pay for medical care, despite their homeless or housing insecurity, that we can give people a dignified way to heal right here in our community with the help of you and then partners that have already been named. So I am going to hand it over to Sylvia Parham, who's going to say a few words on behalf of the county, and then concluding remarks are going to be by my friend Greg DiDomenico from Community Memorial Foundation. Then we will head on down. You can it's kind of open house style tours. There's a trolley if you'd like transportation back and forth, but we're really excited to show you this space. So thank you.
Thank you, Tina. Good afternoon, everyone. I am so excited to be here today on behalf of the county. Tina has done an outstanding job. She called me every day during COVID. Saying, we need county's money. But we really are so grateful and we're so happy to see such an outstanding project come to fruition. And I'm here today on behalf of Cook County's Board President, Tony Pretwinkle, and the Board of Commissioners. We thank you for the kind introduction and for having us be a part of this outstanding project. We also thank you for your efforts towards providing services to strengthen the Summit area and the surrounding Cook County neighborhoods. My name is Sylvia Parham, as Tina mentioned. I am the Grants Coordinator for the Bureau of Economic Development, Department of Planning and Development, and I will be providing remarks today on behalf of the entire Cook County Board. We have also a part of our team is Sochi Flores. She's our Bureau Chief, and Susan Campbell is the Director of Department of Development and I'm losing my words here, but she's the Director of our Department of Planning and Development. I'd like to acknowledge Mayor Sergio Rodriguez and any other presenting officials here today. We are so excited to be in your community, and we thank you for all that you do for the community, as well as for all the individuals that are in need, in homeless needs and mental health issues. It's very rare that we have, like Tina mentioned, someone that will stand in a position as yours and then reach back and make sure that the community have the things that they need. We thank you. So, I am so happy to acknowledge BEDS Plus. They're the ones that we work with, as well as NAMI, Metro Suburban, for their efforts in working together to launch such much needed services throughout the county. These services are very important, as I mentioned, to us. Homelessness and mental health issues has been a priority of President Preckwinkle since her time serving as a Chicago alderman for the 4th Ward, and remains a primary focus of the county's administration. I am pleased to be here today to collaborate the opening of the 2,000 square foot office and service facility with approximately 3,000 square feet of interim housing and emergency shelter for individuals, to include those who are suffering from mental illnesses. I am proud to say that Cook County's investment of $1.5 million from the Community Development Block Grant COVID Relief Program funds, contributing an essential resource for this project. The newly renovated commercial building, including the installation of the elevator, HVAC system, electrical systems, upgrades of the sprinkler system, creation of a clinic and kitchen space, ADA bathrooms, shower suites, laundry facilities, and building exterior repairs, which are all in full compliance with HUD and Cook County regulations. So we are so happy to be here and be a part of this, because it's just remarkable. When I came in, the first day I came in and looked at the space, I'm like, oh my God, is this the old Cedar building? So it's like, yes, it's the old Cedar building. Well, let's see what you got. Let's see what you're gonna do. And Tina gave me a tour, and I'm so excited. I waited to come and look at it for today, so I'm excited. So as we move forward, we are confident that these collaborative efforts will continue and foster a strong foundation of health and well-being across the entire region. We applaud your efforts, Mayor, BEDS Plus, NAMI. We applaud your efforts, your acknowledgement when we're acknowledging your success, and encourage you to continue to build solutions that will positively impact the lives of people who live in Cook County. And we thank you.
This is a hard group to follow, right? And of course, I'm the shorter of the one here. I have to adjust this just a little bit. Sylvia, please extend our thanks to President Preckwinkle for the investment in this wonderful asset that we celebrate today. And Tina only called me every other day, so. But what a wonderful afternoon. I think you'll agree our hearts are all filled today with joy and hope and just a sense of community. So on behalf of all of us at Community Memorial Foundation, congratulations to BEDS Plus, to NAMI Metro Suburban, to the Village of Summit, to Cook County, and its many partners. Your collaboration, as been said already, is responsive to the needs of our community. It is mission-driven and will strengthen our region for years to come. In a special way, please help me recognize and thank two incredible leaders, Kimberly, and Tina. You inspire all of us by your service leadership and your steadfast commitment to this local community, so thank you so much. As I walked from the housing center to here, I couldn't help but think that the road between the two local assets doesn't divide it. It actually links it together. It connects it together. Very similar, like a connector would be as we journey together to create local change. And I think you'll agree that's what we celebrate this afternoon. A partnership that furthers a vision for a healthier, stronger, and more equitable region. A partnership that empowers our neighbors and all of us to know that good health and wellness is within reach. A partnership that is a catalyst for local change, kindness, hope, and community impact. So today we celebrate, but what will happen in these two buildings tomorrow and the next day and the days that follow is because we have partnered together. And I think you will agree that will be transformational. So congratulations and thank you. I know that there's going to be tours, but before the tours and the trolley that will journey us back and forth, let's cut the ribbon.